Well, I'm shirtless, so I don't need to be so much upper than face and kneecaps. I look naked.
It's hot in here, y'all.
Let me put my shorts in
hot
the
here, y'all. It's hot in our podcast studio.
We gotta click that.
And I've got off work 48 minutes ago. Like, I beep 48 minutes ago. I'm here. That was my bad.
Shout out to my niggas clocking in and clocking out.
And they're coming in to give y'all the good news.
Coming at you live from the 405. It's the 5 on the 4 podcast. Featuring 5 unironically unique voices in the podcast game of music, sports, and the culture.
We're going to start off with positivity. As in, Apple Music is positively full of shit because they have a top 100 albums of all time, which you've all seen, and we're going to discuss that with the open topic. We're going to open the floor to who feel what got snubbed, who feel, you know what, I'm glad this album got loved because I didn't think that many people knew of this artist. We're going to talk about our personal gripes that might not have logic with them, but you stand on that shit. Damn it. Shout out to people who stand on business.
Yep.
So, oh wait, I didn't even introduce us because I'm so fucking rude. It is I, Taylor P. The P stands for I'm positively tired. From my this way.
Your boy, Tevin McD.
You were right, it was your left.
I didn't want to sound dumb.
Your favorite.
Tank love again, y'all.
He's again.
It's Aurelius.
I love that.
Keep it simple.
So you know what? That energy, the 4 of them did 4 plus 0 and turned me into 5. Cause math, nigga. Let's get into it. Straight dive in, no Trey songs.
5 from the 4.
Whoa, that was a double entendre. I didn't even know what I was doing, man. I told you I'm tired, but I'm still a rapper. So
I'm gonna start with some positives.
Yes, give us some
I feel
positives.
like this shit gonna get real negative here.
Yeah, that nigga Taylor just shit on it.
So let me go. And listen, my positives, right? One of my favorite artists of all time, Prince, made it 2 times on this list. He made it at 51,
4.
and he also made it at 4. For me, I felt like sort of went to a lot of the validity of what folks were listening to, in my opinion, when they were thinking about this. In terms of full artistry in the album, all of the production and things of that nature. And I also just love Prince and his music, so I appreciated him being on it 2 times, and one of them being in the top 5. To me, it was really cool, and I appreciated that. I also think that I like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill being number 1. I think I understand the gripes about it, but I also think the same way I like Prince, I think it goes to the validity of what these folks were thinking about when they were taking the criteria and thinking about these artists and these albums. So those are some of my positives. Sexy man over here getting crazy.
I needed something to dab my face off, so I just turned it into an ascot. Shout out to Carlton Banks.
Wow.
I'm on my shit.
Keep this energy the whole pod, nigga. We need this the whole pod.
Oh my god.
Hey, bro. He's
Bro's cracked
he's
out
lit
today.
right now, bro. He's lit.
I've been sober since yesterday. That's the problem.
That's the crazy part.
And
love
before
it.
that, I was sober for like 5
I
days
love that
straight.
energy.
Not on purpose. I was broke.
Wow.
Shout out to the struggle, man. Sometimes it be like that.
Shout out to the forced tea breaks, man.
Yeah,
Shout
sometimes
out.
it be like that.
Shout out to my niggas again who clocking in and clocking out. It takes a lot. It takes a lot, and you know we won't let you go
It's
unnoticed.
legitimately hotter in here than it is outside.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
It's okay. I love you.
So start on with the positive.
Positivo.
These lights kick on, you start to feel it.
Yeah.
Before I didn't feel it now, so it's dope.
Like it's warm.
It's gonna be a 30-minute pod. Niggas went out.
It's gonna be short. It's gonna be short, straight to the point. So my big thing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the diatribe short. Don't worry.
Good word. Break that down for us.
What did you just say? And what does that
He doesn't want you to die in a tribe. It's a diatribe.
Dialogue. I'm just about to just talk a lot. I'm trying to keep the. Anyways.
We should do a segment with you, vocab with Alham or something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have you.
You get into
allegories.
Because there was one podcast episode early on. Remember?
Soliloquy?
It was the NFL one. You said something. Maybe it was soliloquy.
Probably.
And these two niggas, I think Taylor's the one who broke the ice. It was like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that is.
And I looked and I was like, I something.
I ain't gonna
And
hold
then
you.
you like get into something, I don't know.
I was like,
Some
part of my
album or
soliloquy or some
something.
shit.
Like, what's-
Yeah.
Shout out to my neighbors.
Shout out to college.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Shit be working.
It's really just books for real. I've been learning a lot.
Can't read at work, but you can read at college. Shit.
Yeah. I was just say yeah.
My nigga sweating for
Get
real.
into the positives, man.
So
I wanna
like
hear
the
it.
one album I was kind of curious about was like I knew Drake was going to be on there.
Right.
I was just wondering which album, but there's only one answer. It's got to be Take Care.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering where it was. I think it's in on 46. Kendrick Lamar's I was surprised was that high. 47. Sorry, 47. I also thought
You were surprised Good Kid, Mad City was in the top 10?
I was surprised it was that high.
That high, yeah.
And so like for me personally, I thought that, and I was wondering, was there a little
Wait,
bit of
you gotta break that down for me too. I'm sorry. When you say you were surprised it was
'Cause
that
he's a nigga.
high, you wanted it to be lower, as in.
I thought My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, that was like 23. I thought those should switch.
Gotcha. So you thought it shouldn't have been in the top 10.
I was just
Good
surprised. But like when I first thought of just like, man, it's a top 100 of everybody. So like, of course that Beatles bullshit was gonna be in there. Thriller's gonna be in there.
And the
Pissing off
Beatles
the
ain't
Beatles.
ass.
We got Beatles stands out
The
there. I'm
Beatles
sure.
ain't
I'm not
ass.
gonna act like.
We was at Pac
That's
U and them
him.
white boys
That
put
is
us
a
on.
him comment. He
That's-
speaks for
he all
himself
speaks
when
for
he
Alham.
says that.
Them
Yeah,
white-
yeah,
The
I don't believe.
Then that all the Abbey Road is straight hits. And
Bro, like the Beatles are kind of fire.
you may not like it, but all them songs, you know the words.
Beatles are not.
Yeah,
You know the hook.
That Yellow
Too
Submarine.
That nigga called that shit the
That's their
bullshit.
worst song. That's their worst song.
It's
So-
kind of messed.
Now you're right. Like, Hey Jude and all that stuff.
It's
They
a
got-
shit
they
you
got
just
some
can't
babies,
deny.
though.
You know, kind of like Thriller. It's like, all right,
Okay, you know what?
it's a big ass album.
And then I was also really surprised about Frank Ocean's Blonde.
That was just
I was like, that's high. I was
and
like, that's
ass.
really high. And to say, wow, I wouldn't say that.
The album's not
There's no
ass. The
skips.
placement's ass.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
there's no skips on the album, but like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy I thought was better. Good Kid Messy I thought was better. I was surprised Taylor Swift wasn't in the top 10.
Thank God.
But just given
I would have lit a fire about that. So I'm glad you
just given the gravity of her though, and like
She's
literally
huge.
how like
They probably would have done it for like a lifetime achievement versus this one album is great. So let's just pick your best one and
Now-
put you in there.
I will say one of her and Beyonce are both on there several times.
multiple times. Yeah.
So like it's one of those things like okay, she's not in the top 10, but she's got more albums than Beyonce on there. Beyonce I think has 2. It's Lemonade and something.
Taylor,
Off the top of your head, is she like top 3 in appearances?
Who?
I think Taylor only got one on the whole shit.
Is it just 1989?
Taylor only has
It's
one
just
album
89,
on the whole
yeah.
shit, bro.
I swear
She
had
was
two
not. She
later
was
in
not
the-
populating on that bitch. I was happy that she was not populating on that motherfucker. I was
Based
like,
off the
good.
numbers she's pushed,
Aquemini
that's
was
kind of
cool.
surprising.
Outkast, Aquemini was one of my positives. So like my really big
Aquemini.
positives takeaway was Outkast was on there. I thought that was really cool.
Yes.
I thought Channel Orange is better than Blonde, so I was surprised that wasn't higher. And
Twitter blew
They
up
didn't
on
make
that
it.
one. Like that was the
Channel
biggest
Orange
comment
didn't
I
make that.
saw was that they were saying Blonde isn't even his best album.
So I was wondering, but I think there's a lot of like
Yes,
recency
yes.
bias though. Like TikTok has blown up that album a lot.
Did Blonde come out like 2016?
Yeah.
Was Blonde big because he took such a big break and it's a good album?
Blonde was one.
Blonde came out my freshman
strategic.
year.
It
Blonde
was a perfect album.
Like it's
That's
really
why
good,
it's
but
big.
like did the break help it too? Like if you released
No.
Channel Orange then Blonde like
No,
2
no,
years
no.
later.
Also, you gotta like there was a lot that happened with Blonde that I don't know if they
2012.
took that into account as well. But that was also when he was leaving. He was leaving the one group and
He
signing
already-
the other.
Future?
Didn't he already leave?
But he
Future?
dropped that really weird sort of EP album that nobody talks about.
That was all about his label and stuff, just trying to get off
And
his
he
label.
dropped Blonde right
On
after,
Future?
and the production on
No,
it
it
was
wasn't on Future.
insane.
That
And I
was-
think it was
we were
also
doing
just
that.
like one of them. It was like we were waiting so long for Frank to do
Facts.
it because it had been so long that it was also one of the like biggest things. So it was like,
Yeah.
but again, I think too, because I think at first I also thought that, but I think like together in its fullness, and I think Tank really like I had to think about it because I was talking to him about it. I was like, it really might be like in its togetherness better than Channel Orange for real. Like the production, the sound, the features, like it really
Godspeed
is
makes
like
me
a,
cry.
Well, Flower
It's
Child, but
really
Flower Boy
crazy.
is on there. Flower Boy's on there like at the back of 100.
Yeah,
So I was
it's way
like,
up
Channel Orange and Blonde and Flower Boy are both better than Channel Orange. And I was just like, I like Tyler too.
dream,
But like, I like Tyler. But I was just really surprised to
That's
see
that album, right?
Yeah. Glitter. Boredom.
Oh no, that album's tough. That album's tough.
And it was like
That album's because that was the first time Tyler really
like.
Was that the first time he really
deep.
stepped out in like that creative rap world in terms of not being
No, he had
grimy?
been on like with Cherry Bomb. I think was before that. That shit was like more creative. But Flower Boy was definitely the most flowery.
Like between 2013, like 2016, 17, I definitely fell out of my Tyler the Creator likeness, so I wasn't aware of the order of his discography. So I don't know if I didn't know if Flower Boy was the first project he did like that. Yeah. But if he did so it was just he did others before, and then Flower Boy was like, nah, I'm on this shit now.
I think it's just like his most listenable album. That's why it's on there.
Okay.
And that's what they said about Good Kid, Mad City was just that it's more listenable than To Pimp a Butterfly. And I think you could say that shit too about Channel Orange versus Blonde. Like Blonde has just more like, just like your standard, like basically everybody gonna like the songs. You know what I'm saying? Like Pink and White, like shit like that. It's just like just smooth ass. You know, it sounds good. You know, Channel Orange got more kind of like, you know, a little more alternative.
Yeah,
this is for Frank Ocean
weird
fans.
production.
Yeah. And his radio.
Blonde is like, Blonde is like.
But Pyramids is like
Pyramids was great.
It is.
Yeah. I think both are classic.
Yeah, that's what
I think
like,
there's a case for Channel Orange to also be on here. Mm-hmm. But I think it makes sense that Blonde
can an album
is it's also the highest album of one of the more recent ones. That bitch came out in 2016 and it's already at number 5.
I know.
In the top 100. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
even like To Pimp a Butterfly. I mean,
an 8-year-old album is already the 5th greatest album of all time.
So
it does seem kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And to
it's
like
an 8-year-old album.
You're negative. I forgot to say about my positive. I love seeing Kendrick be the highest rap album on the top 100.
I was surprised it wasn't Kanye.
Right. I'm surprised
But I'm not mad.
Just because of how critically acclaimed it was.
100%.
I'm just surprised Damn wasn't, just because the Pulitzer Prize, so the white folks really fucked with it. And then also like culturally, there was a big shift. Was that 2017?
Yeah.
There was a really big shift in folks really coming into hip hop and rap when Kendrick dropped Damn. Everybody was like, that shit was in the bars, it was in DC, that shit was everywhere. And so like Good Kid, Mad City, in my opinion, is a better album. I'm just surprised that Damn isn't even on the list.
My brain is disgusting because when you brought up To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, my brain instantly went to. Did you not say To Pimp a Butterfly? What was the other album you said besides Damn? Just now.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid. That didn't make it.
No, it did. It's number.
No, what were the 2 songs you said, or albums we were
Damn,
surprised
Damn,
didn't make it?
Just
Damn? Okay. Because it made me think of J. Cole when he dropped his disc when he said, your middle shit wasn't really hitting. I was like, damn. This shit didn't make the list. It's funny. But like, I don't mean it's true.
How many
it's
albums
just
J.
funny.
Cole got on here?
I just said that. I don't mean it's true.
0. J. Cole.
I just said that was funny.
So what was
you said it as a jab, nigga.
No, because
J. Cole
Kendrick's
got
on the
0.
list and J. Cole ain't on the list. So like, if I start this, it ain't gonna end well. I can't.
My last really big note. I know I went on a way longer time.
You okay?
You went on the whole diatribe.
Yeah, I did. I said exactly what I did.
Still can't even say that.
AQUEMINI by Outkast. That was cool. Very surprised it was on there.
AQUEMINI.
Sorry, AQUEMINI. I said AQUEMINI. My bad. AQUEMINI. AQUEMINI. Sorry. AQUEMINI.
We got to bag this out. I promise for him out there. D Montgomery, you that bull, bro. I promise you, nigga, I real rap fans.
Illuminati.
I was just listening to Darrick.
But it's just funny because I immediately thought about that shit.
Go ahead.
Shout out AQUEMINI.
I was happy Outkast made it on there.
Yeah.
And I always think that like a lot of folks really just kind of attribute Outkast to Andre 3000. But like having them both, I think having Outkast on there was dope. But I mean, Andre 3000 also hasn't really dropped a real album.
He couldn't have it.
Flute.
Yeah, I said
It's still new.
it's real.
That's a
I
real
don't want
album.
disrespect.
It's not a rap album.
It's just not a rap album.
Yeah.
But there's more than just rap albums on here, you know what I'm saying?
A lot more.
Tank, give us a couple of your positivos.
I did like seeing Tyler on there.
Yeah.
It
It is
I
cool.
thought the list was gonna go in a different direction once I seen that was on there.
Is it just Flower Child?
Yes.
It's 96.
Most people are only on here once.
Yeah.
Like, other than the fucking.
Taylor and Beyonce.
Yeah.
Who else?
I think Prince is on there multiple times.
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor wasn't.
Oh, Taylor's only on there once.
Yeah, she not on
Yeah,
there.
and she
We
only
not gonna
deserves
give her
half
that.
of one.
Yeah, like she don't even deserve that one. We gonna quit giving her credit on this
Yeah,
pod.
like,
she don't get no love here from
Fuck
from
her,
the phone.
bro.
Fuck her and fuck the Swifties. I don't give a fuck what y'all
Fuck y'all,
talking
dead
about.
ass.
Like no cap.
Kanye only got one too.
Kanye only has one, which is blasphemy.
I think
thought-
that's
That's
crazy.
why I'm waiting for our negative section.
Graduation. Yeah.
I'm not talking about
He's
it.
ready to shit on it.
I was like, those are it's no skips.
Yeah.
And they're skits.
They're classics, nigga.
But other than the Tyler, I like that. I see he had Solange on there too.
Yeah, Solange on there.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
It's a great album.
Great album.
It's a
That
great
shit's
album.
phenomenal.
It's not better than the Carter 3.
Hold on.
we'll talk about it in negatives, y'all.
Hold on.
We'll have debates later.
Hold on.
Positives. Sorry, go ahead, positives.
I mean, yeah. Other than that, really, like, yeah, no, I was not feeling this list. I'm sorry, Apple Music. I use YouTube Music.
So,
Kinda anyway.
can somebody give me some context?
I was tweaking for that one.
Do y'all know, like,
Is that your main? Do you feel like that's the main snub to you, the Carter 3, or like do you think some Future should have been on there and some
No, I think there's some other shit like
J. Cole should have been on there?
I felt like they were giving a bunch of other people a little bit more credit instead of giving some of these other artists like 2, 3, 4 songs, 4 albums, and like giving a real catalog that really is like it's better than some of these other artists.
Nigga named his album after his first week album sales, and it's not on the top 100. It's crazy to me.
Wait, what?
I gotta
A milli, cause he sold a milli first week, nigga.
I'll save it for later. Aurelius, what's your positives?
My positives is I also love that Lauryn Hill's #1, that she's getting that love.
That was cool.
I think super influential album. I love doo-wop. You know what I'm saying? I love the little skits in the classrooms.
Yeah,
So I think it showed because we got a group message and they was releasing it like 10 by 10 type of thing, and niggas was pissed off about that shit from the jump, and I didn't even tapped into it. So then when I didn't tap into it till they did 10 to 1, and I saw 1 with Lauryn Hill, and I was like, okay, that makes me respect it a whole lot more, regardless of 100 through 2. That Lauryn Hill's #1, because it's like, okay, they weren't just doing this based off of the like most highest selling or highest grossing albums. You know what I'm saying? They were taking other shit into account. Quality of lyrics, production, impact over time on culture, all that type of shit. So I thought that was dope. And you clearly got a whole lot of hip hop fans who have like a pretty good amount of stakes like in the voting. Which I don't even know how many people voted on this shit. But
Do we?
another positive, my namesake, Miles Davis. Also in here, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Right after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kanye. So can't even be mad at that. You know, I'm not about to say like Kanye's it's a trumpet player. What you gonna do? How you gonna compare them? So that's my whole thing too about this should have been there over this. It's like, we ain't never like I bet none of us have listened to half of these rock albums to really be able to say, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can argue some shit, but genre to genre you can't argue for real. You know what I'm saying? Like how should the Carter 3 been on there over fucking AC/DC, over Bruce Springsteen? Who's to say? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck? Because Bruce Springsteen's fans are gonna say, who the fuck is? What is Carter 3? What is a milli? You know?
I did appreciate Arctic Monkeys making that.
Arctic Monkeys was on there for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you had a lot of classic rap albums that got their respect. Top 10, top 20. Yeah, shout out Stevie.
Shout out to
Song
Stevie.
in the Keys of
Stevie
Life.
Wonder in top
And
10?
Amy Winehouse.
Top
Stevie
5,
was
I think.
6. Stevie was 6.
6, yeah.
Which I could say, which I feel like could be a good argument. Like I feel like for sure that shit is better than Blonde. However,
Okay, I thought you was gonna say Thriller.
Yeah, I forgot about
no,
Then Blonde.
But I, you know what I'm saying? It's also still like, I don't know, production's different these days. It was
Super, like those albums sound so different.
Yeah, it's like
They're two completely different singers.
Marvin Gaye was on that joint. I forgot top 20, which
Yeah.
like again, and I
That
think
shit
too,
came out a year ago, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Taylor Swift was 18? What the hell?
The fact that she wasn't top 10, I was cool with. Because she really has been the
it.
most popular artist for like 2 decades. So it's like,
But at the same time, like
15 years.
if Taylor's like if we're going down, like Billie Eilish was 30.
no,
Yes.
I
Like,
thought
had a
that was
Biggie.
crazy.
Had a
No,
Biggie,
I thought that Billie
Like,
Eilish
I was
Amen.
like, that's
Amen.
a little too close to Kanye.
I did think that Billie Eilish shit was
Taylor over
crazy.
Biggie and Nas over Illmatic, like, dog.
I did.
First of all, Illmatic is no longer the greatest rap album of all time, apparently.
I ain't gonna lie.
So it's gotta drop. It's gotta drop. Because Lauryn Hill is a rap album. It's gotta drop.
This isn't a rap list.
But that's the greatest album of all time. So if it's the greatest album of all time, it's the greatest rap album of all
I've
time.
never
That's
even listened.
not
I don't know
how.
what song
Because she dropped a rap album that is the greatest album.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another discussion for another
That's
time.
not a rap album.
You saying Illmatic is?
Illmatic is most definitely a rap album.
No,
That's not
the
just shit.
Miseducation of
Of
Lauryn
Lauryn
Hill.
Hill. That's
That's not
a rap album.
It's a lot of things.
It's a lot.
But
Like Beyonce said
Really?
on Cowboy Carter, if any of you listen, genres are a fun little thing. Right? It's made up.
It
All
is.
that shit.
country,
The
the
rap
country's kind of
categories.
bumping. But Billie Eilish, that album was kind of.
It is.
It,
I'm not saying that
it-
shit-
it-
I'm not, you know.
It might not be, but it is
30?
kind of crazy.
30.
30 is high.
I was gonna say one more thing before we get negative, real quick. To our release's point, I do think
Did you do your positive?
why. Yeah,
Okay.
I do think
I didn't
why.
know, but Tevin's gonna interrupt me anyway, so it's fine.
All right, go ahead, bro. My
No,
bad.
I'm done.
Let's segue back to release of
Yeah,
positive.
yeah, let's go back to the sponsors real quick.
I was just playing. I was done.
Let me just get
I
this
think it
positive
was
out.
good that like, I don't think I can have too many gripes because to our release's point, I haven't listened to a lot of those other genres of music albums. So it's like I can't say that some of these things shouldn't or couldn't have been higher when I've heard of a good amount of them, right? Even if I haven't listened to them, I've heard of a good amount of them. So that was the last thing I was gonna say too about the list and being like that upset the more that I really think about. Like
D'Angelo made it. Rihanna made
what I
it.
just
They
said.
they gave big love to the R&B like
the 60s,
Black people
60s
got
and
their
50s.
love for sure.
Are we ready for the negatives? Because I'm actually looking at this list for the first time.
Did you share any positives? Did you like anything about
positives.
this? Were you
I-
happy about any?
As I'm looking through this list, like for real for the first time, not glancing at
That's all he
it,
has access to. Getting off work.
I definitely I like the rap, the heavy like R&B and hip hop.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
seeing
rap
through
and
this
R&B.
shit. I didn't know it was this deep because I never really went through like 40 through 80. I just saw like 85 through 100 and then like the top 15. There's a lot of shit in there that I'm like, okay.
This shit got mad and said,
Astroworld, nigga, what?
I didn't like that.
What?
But it was so
Astroworld?
high. It was so high, I didn't care. Like
It was high.
Niggas died at Astroworld, bro. That's crazy.
Chill out.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Prayers up to the
R.I.P.
survivors. Yeah.
That is crazy. They just said, we just gonna make that shit. That's crazy.
Well,
but
before you go on, because
Yeah.
it sounds like you're already gonna answer this question. What are the surprises of the top 100 for y'all? And it sounds like you're already going into that.
Honestly,
It's like you don't have many positives.
I-
You're gonna go straight to the surprises.
Astroworld being on this list is kind of crazy because that is 100% not his best album.
I also don't.
What is his best album?
Birds in the Trap Scene, Brian McKnight, or whoa,
That's a bad take.
Rodeo 100% is better than Astroworld.
And he said Brian, I didn't even get the name.
I agree.
I didn't.
Brian.
But it's still Rodeo over Astroworld. Gonna put something at 96. God damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Astroworld is at 96, Darrick, but not Rodeo.
Yeah,
What are your other
that's
surprises?
kinda
I'm mad Kevin Gates not on it.
Shut the fuck up.
That's
Y'all hear what he just said?
Can I get
Ruby
your
Rose?
Hey, Dalit should have made it, bro. Shout out Cardi.
Sheesh.
Yo,
The biggest surprise, obviously, is the Carter 3 is not on
Facts.
the list in any capacity.
No,
it could be
Wayne.
99. It could be 98. It could be 100 for crying out loud. But it's just not there.
I think that is the most deserving album
Do you like
to be
cheesy
on the
mashed
list.
potatoes?
Yeah.
No Lil Wayne on the top 100 albums.
Tell her.
It's kind of wild.
She asked.
It's kind of wild.
Like, Get Rich or Die Trying got its respect, but the Carter 3 couldn't. Niggas be sleep on Get Rich or Die Trying, but it made the list. Like, niggas in rap be sleep on that shit for real. But it made the list.
So let me say this. Let me ask a question. All right. Get Rich or Die Trying was like a massive cultural moment. Like when that shit dropped, it dropped with the movie. Like the whole 50 Cent became like overnight. Lil Wayne around since he was a little kid. All of this shit, right? Do you think the Carter 3 had a similar sort of? Because I feel like most of the albums on here, maybe not all of them, and I wasn't around for a good amount. But niggas say that Stevie Wonder shit hit and niggas went crazy. Michael Jackson shit hit. You know, do you think the Carter 3 was having that same sort of everything's shutting down over this album.
Yes,
Yeah.
that shit sold 1 million
It's
its first
me
week.
like that
Shit's
lollipop.
Lollipop is lollipop. It's his officers in the Millie. It's all you gotta say.
That was really
Lollipop, pussy monster.
With T-Pain,
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter
got money. And
Mr. Carter! Like, Nissaway, what's a goon to a goblin? We stay mobbing. What are we talking about? Miss Nigga, what the fuck is up? It's Gucci Man the G. What are we talking about? This album was crazy.
In 2008, in like August, September,
This
album dropped in June. You turn that on. You watching that now, bro? He had like 6 songs on the top 10.
everywhere.
crazy. I was like, damn.
Millie, Lollipop, and Mrs. Officer were on the same fucking album with Mr. Carter. Like, fuck.
He had Robin Thicke on that, like
I fucking.
twice.
They telling me that Astroworld is.
Astroworld being better than the Carter dudes.
He said you did.
But it's so high, I never really give a shit about it. But Lil Wayne not being on it.
Astroworld?
Yeah. So
I'm distraught.
another surprise that I had. I don't want to skip over you.
I'm cool. I'm listening and just talking to people, or I'm going on y'all's rebuttal.
One of
I gotta go on.
One of my big things, so like 61, Love Sade, I've been listening to that album a shit ton.
That's your girl. I remember
That's
from
my
your
girl.
59 and a half minutes.
Yeah, so Sade, seeing her was really dope.
Watch
but I was
that.
really surprised, and so to your point over this, I just want to go ahead. Like, I do think it's really interesting, and I'm curious to know the context. I want to meet the person who actually curated the list, because like,
Do
what
one
context
person?
are you? No, I'm sure it's probably several people, but like, there's probably one person or maybe a few folks in there who probably have a pretty
I
wide
said like
expanse of
12,
knowledge.
8 to 12 people.
But I'm wondering, like, for example, like, what did you take into consideration?
For real.
Because, like, one, yeah, Why is the Carter 3 not on there? I think it's a really good album as well. But I'm also thinking of, like, we're talking about music pioneers, right? Stevie Wonder's album that's on there.
He's got 2 on there.
He's got 2.
Yeah.
Well, the first one is the one where he
One's
introduced the
number 6.
synthesizer.
Yeah.
And so that was the first
Shit.
time a synthesizer was ever used. And then plus, like, we're talking about Bro's blind, he plays a piano, he can sing, he plays several instruments. Harmonica, like
madman.
and that is like his
Can
like,
That
and that song, and that has
We not
Ribbons
finna
in the
get
Sky on it. That
So-
has Superstition.
Just heard what you said.
How a blind nigga wave at people?
And so
Hey, we are not getting into
We're
that
not doing
conspiracy.
now I will say that's crazy word.
Nigga, just because you blocked up, you can't do this.
You wave first?
No, bro. There's like a whole. Have you not seen it?
He waving first.
There you go.
He know
I
you
wanna
there.
talk about
'Cause
this.
he can- oh, hey, John.
Another thing I was really surprised about was like Ray Charles. Ray Charles wasn't on there.
Oh, shit.
I heard that one.
That's fucked up.
So like I forgot the album's name. Is it called like The Beat of the Soul? But his like best album with like Baby Grand and all that stuff isn't on there.
But them niggas got
And so I was surprised to see Ray Charles and that's why I'm curious to know the context. Like
So this is what Ebro said to your question. So Ebro was one of the ones who voted. Ebro is a long-time DJ at Hot 97. He's now in Apple Music. He does some of this shit. He was one of the voters. Zane Lowe was also one of the voters. You've seen him. Whenever that funny Kanye interview where he said, I just told you who I thought it was. I'm God!
Yeah.
That was Zane Lowe who was interviewing him. So that's a couple of people who voted on the shit who work for Apple Music. So he said, voters of the 100 best on Apple Music were challenged to not vote for our favorites, but albums that represented a cultural moment for the artist or genre.
Okay.
Albums that were complete thoughts, not just collections of hit songs.
wow.
Carter 3 was it just a collection of hit songs?
It was a complete album of
All right.
greatness.
Albums that I believe you, brother.
These niggas.
Albums that thoroughly represent culture in production and lyrics.
Interesting.
Albums that inspired a generation to want to create more music.
Wow.
Albums that represent the best in storytelling, musicianship, recording, and production. Albums that are timeless, and reached far beyond the genre categorization.
And they picked Astroworld.
So the whole thing should be that like
They checked two
even
boxes.
if you're not a rap fan, you should know that rap song. Like even if you ain't never listened to that Nirvana album, you probably know some songs off the album.
I know one.
You know, so you should. So like that's what it should be. You can say that about the Blueprint. You can say that about Good Kid, Mad City. You can say that about all them other rap albums.
Beautiful.
You can say that about a
Not
million.
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy for sure.
I still now,
Oh,
granted,
no,
I was
sorry,
surprised.
sorry,
I'm
bro.
still surprised there were
Baby
more
Cardi.
Kanye West. That was a big surprise for me.
For sure.
I was surprised D'Angelo was on there. Is that Voodoo?
Voodoo, yeah.
I was real surprised about that because
Hey,
I'm not
Cultural
super
impact in lyrics.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not super.
That's what Brown
super-
Sugar on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
Come
only
on,
song
bro.
I know. Like, so I need to. I'm
That's
making
like Nico.
to the point. Like that song
Coldplay
is.
didn't make the list.
Coldplay didn't make it at all, but U2 did.
Did Sam Cooke didn't make the list either, which I think.
Because these
Coldplay
niggas
takes all-
just
they got 3
These
albums that
niggas
all-
looked at words that sounded good, put them out to the public, and then it just made a completely different list. Because if you dead ass, not just with Astroworld, but if you dead ass go by that criteria and look through like 40 out of the first 60, you really like, what the fuck is this album doing here?
Sam Cooke should be on the list now.
Because like some of them don't even check half the boxes they really
Where's
talking
Alham
about.
at?
They're saying not as album full of hits, but in Astroworld is an album full of hits. It's not a complete album. It's an album full of rating. It came out 2018
I'll agree with it.
from Travis Scott. What
I'll
a
agree to make it. I'll agree. Marvin Gaye's the only one who made it.
Mary
I
J.
think
Blige
Sam
made it.
Cooke not
Got
making
lit.
it is, now that I'm thinking about it, is kind of
Got
crazy.
lit.
Everybody knows that
Everybody-
changes
that
the
is
whole
right.
And that whole album is really,
Everybody knows
like, he
something.
really did change the genre. Like, he was really one of them niggas.
Yeah,
They made
what's
a
that-
movie
what's
about
that-
how-
There's also some
That's
other
a-
people
Location.
because this is the thing. Niggas are really like feast or famine here for real. Cause we got blessed, like as rap fans and R&B fans, we got blessed with this motherfucker. I think you're the one who told me that like heavy metal fans are pissed off that some of their classics didn't make it on the shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's
Yeah, that's
people who
tough.
are fans of whole
They
genres
like country.
who feel like
They didn't get
in country,
represented.
like
country's
they didn't get
ass, so you
represented.
don't deserve to have a top album of all time if your music's ass. So like
Miguel
country
Johnson on
fans,
there,
sorry
too.
about you.
Miguel?
Heavy rock fans,
Wait, what? Which
y'all
Miguel?
might have.
You just say
Miguel.
Kaleidoscope?
Sure thing.
Yeah, Kaleidoscope.
I don't know about the album.
Oh, but what?
I think if like if
An
you're
album?
seeing
If Astroworld can make it, any fucking body can make it. If we're keeping it a buck.
You
I
said,
like Astroworld.
you said Miguel.
It's not that it's that bad. It just doesn't
It
touch
should-
the Carter 3.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the
It's
album
okay.
Sure Thing.
It's literally not his
Yeah.
best album
Yeah.
by
I
far.
thought you was talking about Kaleidoscope Dream.
No.
That's all I want is you.
Sure Thing. Sure Thing has a lot of like Sure Thing was like #1 in Brazil. I remember seeing when I went to the Brazil playlist.
Mommy, yeah, look, that quickie shit was my shit.
Quickie.
Man, that was a great time.
Is Vixen on there too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Adorn.
Adorn's on Kaleidoscope. That's why I
When
said
this album come out?
Kaleidoscope's great.
What's his
2010.
first album?
Damn, I was a sophomore.
Miguel was in there.
I was brought like over Solange though. I think it could have beat out Solange.
Portuguese ass.
I just want a quickie. No white marks, no scratches, and no
That album
hickeys.
specifically
Yeah,
back in
you
the day
get
was
with
like
that.
killing South America.
You get
South
with
America
me.
couldn't get
Oh
enough.
man, that was a
Yeah.
great
So I was
time.
really surprised about that.
Chris
Black
Brown.
Eyed Peas didn't make it. Chris Brown didn't make it too.
I will tell you,
Chris Brown have a
Usher was
classic
crazy,
album.
That's why
Usher made it.
did. Confessions made it.
But 95, like, man,
I get that's what I'm surprised. That's what I was surprised about was like
That album was pretty
context.
cultural.
That's
Impact.
Yeah,
that album
that's
was
the
heavy.
impact of that.
Damn, an album full of hits with no complete. It's just an album saying I
It was
cheated
all
on
about
him. Here's
cheating.
part
That's a
2.
collective
It's
vibe.
2 songs.
It's a collective-
I
it's a
cheated,
collective vibe.
and she's pregnant.
What about Burn?
I got an STD.
Yeah, dude.
I fucked a dirty girl, and now we having a baby.
Wow. That girl is
We are
crazy.
shitting.
Just relax.
That's it, yeah.
Nigga,
That's Chris Brown, brother.
Huh?
Chris Brown, brother.
Better than who?
Sorry, I missed it.
Better than who? Oh, I thought he was for reals. You were being facetious. Ooh, I almost got nervous. Because Chris Brown being better than Usher is like crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, shit. You see what that nigga did the other day?
Oh my God, he can dance. Oh my God, he can dance.
If you think about it, they've been doing it since they both started when they were like 12 years old.
Yeah, they was both.
They were
He was-
they both were
Yeah.
young.
Chris Brown's first album, that could have his debut album could have made it.
Yeah, and
Is that a?
Chris Brown might be a better
Top
entertainer than
ten
Usher. He's not a better singer.
he's not.
This is good.
He's not a better singer.
He's not a better singer than Usher.
By the way, y'all, if y'all didn't know, Darrick Sanders, beloved guest on the 5 from the 4.
He's a returning guest. This nigga be.
Yeah, this is 4 or 5 episodes.
I said
Oh my God,
beloved.
yeah.
I said
Yeah.
beloved.
No, I was
Yeah.
just saying he's a returning
What's up, beloved?
Funny guest.
What's up, man?
What's
Nah, he's been.
You know, get that wide
Say
shot.
hey.
What's up, y'all?
It's that nigga.
So
I just want to say, and this is the thing, because I was the voice of reason. As niggas was arguing about the shit, I was the voice of reason. It's like, hey, what you gonna say about some shit that you ain't never heard? One,
Yeah.
some shit that's not your favorite music to listen to. Two, it's like, you don't like it. That's not a reason to say that whoever is a deep fan of that shit, that's not their whole world type shit.
yeah.
So niggas was saying that shit about, because even me, I'm a Taylor Swift hater, like nemesis. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to say 1989. I don't know one song off that bitch. But if you play some shit, the big hit off of there, I guarantee I know it and I can sing it, you know, because it was everywhere. So like, I'm not just gonna be like, Graduation should have been there right where, you know, Taylor Swift shit was or something like that, because it's like, that's just how it goes. But I will fucking say about this list, all right? Which I think the most people had on this was 2.
Yeah, no.
Beyonce had 2, Stevie had 2, Prince had 2, but like nobody had 3.
I don't think so.
Okay, so there should have been one more Kanye West album on here. Whether it's College Dropout, Late Registration, or Graduation, it's crazy. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy should have been higher. Should have been listed better. Like 26 is wild. It should have been at least top 20. You know what I'm saying? The 2 highest rap albums were Good Kid, Mad City and Blueprint. I think Blueprint was just outside the top 10, and Good Kid, Mad City was in the top 10. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is better than both those albums. But I'm not mad at Blueprint specifically, because that is another Kanye album, because he produced all that shit. So it's all good.
He rounded up.
So, you know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy to me that it was 26, because it was just like, as far as impact goes, like impact on the sound of all the hip hop post 2010, that shit is the shit. Like,
Yeah.
So that was really my only piece of like, but it's like, you know, you take everything into account, and you take into account how controversial that nigga's been in the last 10 years or so. Like, they're not trying to just give that nigga 2 out. So I wasn't really even tripping.
Everybody know old Kanye is that shit though.
Yes.
We're talking about Caitlin Clark, because that shit is spicy. Because like white people are like so confused right now, and it's hilarious. They really don't know who they're mad at. They don't even know if they're mad or if it's just part of the game. Like, it's so amusing. Like just watching them try to shift the gears and make the puzzle pieces fit how they've always fit. Cause like it was always one white person and then another person of whatever the other color. But now it's just white on white crime. They're getting reverse Chicago'd and they don't know what to fucking do, and it's hilarious.
I don't like that.
Oh, they love to say, but black on black crime. How can there be racism whenever this stupid idiot starts talking? Now it's the reverse Chicago because it's white on white crime. Because we're reaching for low hanging fruit.
Somebody else introduced this topic. Introduced the Caitlin Clark topic.
I want to know, but the feelings aside,
Oh my god.
her not being on the Olympic team, some people think that's a problem. Is that a problem? I personally don't think it is. I don't think she's one of the 12 best players in the W right now. But some people feel she should be on there. Do y'all feel that's a snub? We've heard how I felt about it just now, but do y'all feel Caitlin Clark is one of the 12 best players in the W or deserving of one of the 12 spots on the team?
I don't think it's a snub. I think the whole thing, I think the media is doing this again to another, just like, you know, we just going like, whatever we say, whatever we do, because they do it so much and so in a hounding fashion that it's like, Caitlin Clark ain't even said nothing about this. She just like, yeah, I mean, I got pushed down. I talk my shit to her. So like, yeah, it's all right. And everybody like, you see how they doing her? And then Angel over here like, yeah, I mean, they pulled my hair and did the same thing, but I ain't talking about that. So it's like, you're not watching it. So so it's like you're still not watching all the games, and you're really not talking about it. You're just talking about her for no reason, and she ain't even whining and complaining about it. She ain't even said nothing about not making the team. No. It's happened. It's a reoccurring. Like Sabrina Ionescu didn't make the team her first year. Breonna Stewart is the only. It's only been like 4 ladies that have actually done it.
So
like their first year,
their rookie year made the national team.
Yeah, I can see that. That shouldn't be.
And Breonna Stewart is the last one.
To your point, Tank, Monica McNutt really went in the other day on Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
And I just want to go ahead and take some time to appreciate that. But I think this, like, the media really has painted this angle that it is Caitlyn versus everybody.
Right.
And that everybody is versus white woman when that's really not the case.
At all.
The fact of the matter is, like, and it's interesting because the only attention that the WNBA is receiving are attacks on Caitlin Clark. But like to Monica Midnut's point, the WNBA has been amazing. We've had Breonna Stewart. We've had Sabrina. We've had
Asia.
Those are white women. We've had Asia Wilson. We've had Candace Parker. We've had Maya Moore. And it's just like we've had all this greatness that's came through the league, but it's like Caitlin Clark is the one that's diverting all the attention away or towards the WNBA. When in reality, there are a lot better players than Caitlin Clark right now that's in the WNBA.
Yeah.
And so like, the Kennedy Carter piece, it sucks. And I think also the Olympic piece, like to me, this is kind of similar to the Dream Team with like Christian Laettner, right? Christian Laettner was not one of the best basketball players in the game at the point. And people, even the players within the Olympics, try to disrespect him in 1992. And then he was a terrible NBA player. He was awful. And so this is kind of a similar situation where it's like, we got all this talent in the WNBA right now. We've got this up-and-coming player who's supposed to be the next great player, but like, does she really deserve to be there? And it's like, no. Like, what has she done? And to Kennedy Carter's point, what has she really done? Outside of being great at Iowa. She didn't win a championship. Like, how many does Asia Wilson have?
I think she's
done
at least
everything you can
two
do as a basketball player
South
up to the
Carolina.
age of 27.
Still in that WNBA.
But we ain't talking about when Asia Wilson just got a shoe. Just got a shoe deal. Caitlin Clark has been
Crazy.
like Sabrina Ionescu already just got a shoe. So it's just like, what? Where is this conversation with the WNBA going? Like I don't know. I worry about this because Caitlin Clark, it just seems like this is a lot. It's overblown. Caitlin Clark isn't the WNBA. The WNBA has been a thing. It's been great. And granted, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I've been the biggest fan. And funny thing is, I haven't watched a Caitlin Clark game, but Caitlin Clark, I guess, has been so gravitational, like, and so many people have just shifted attention to the WNBA that, like, I watch WNBA games now. But I don't even watch I don't even watch the Fever because they suck. You know what I mean?
You're
They're
just
not
watching
good.
good hoops.
They're not good. But that's kind of my soliloquy on that.
I agree that it's just like overblown by the media. And that Caitlin Clark, because I think you have two sides of the shit. I think you got people who are like, Caitlin Clark doesn't deserve all of this hype and attention. Yeah. And you also got the people who are like, Caitlin Clark needs our defending. And I feel like that's where Stephen A. Smith is going too heavily on. Like, because basically with the Olympic stuff, he was just saying like, you're missing out on opportunity for money and like more attention because it's Caitlin Clark. But it's like, that's not how you build a roster, stupid. Right. You build it by the best players. Like, it's not about who's the most popular player. Like, that's not how the shit works. So it's just like, and I just feel like too many people are on the like, Caitlin Clark needs our defense, or like Caitlin Clark doesn't deserve no attention. Like, all of these great women have already been hooping, balling, all of this stuff. And it's like, Caitlin Clark is not worried about none of that shit. Like you said, like Caitlin Clark was like, I'm not on the roster, whatever. Like, I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, basketball is a physical sport, especially the WNBA. Like, that's what always fucking happens, bro. Yeah, like, it's a physical sport, but because it's Caitlin Clark and niggas are looking at everything, it's like, oh, they gotta crack down on this. It's just like, bro, chill out. And I feel like everything's gonna even itself out because Caitlin Clark, she gonna get comfortable. She gonna start hooping. Yeah. Asia Wilson is still gonna be her league for 5, 6, 7, however long she wanna keep hooping. More years, like, there's still gonna be great players. Like, all the attention is a positive, but it's also like too many people are commenting on this shit for the first time without like actually watching actual real games and like knowing the whole like landscape of the league. Because it's just like, bro, it's always been physical. It didn't just start because niggas want to bully Caitlin Clark. No, like, it's basketball, bro.
Like, it's bad when like the main narratives over the last like 10 days. Ain't nobody brought up one stat line about Caitlin Clark. No. Ain't nobody talking about her top 20. Ain't nobody talking about her not everything. Like,
whether she's been playing bad.
Like, you know, ain't nobody
she's a rookie. Like, and that's what I think. Yeah, it was Diana Taurasi talking, bro. And she was like, she's in for a rude awakening. And everybody was like, she hating. But it's like, no, bro. Rookies struggle in the WNBA. There's only 12 teams in the WNBA. So to make a roster consistently in the WNBA, like, good. You're stupid, bro. You're amazing. So rookies fucking struggle every year. Like, the fact that Angel Reese is playing like pretty good is like an amazing thing type shit. Caitlin Clark's playing like trash, but like Diana Taurasi's first year, like she wasn't just balling like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like most people, they rookie year in the WNBA, especially like, and I'm seeing this shit same way with you, bro. Like this is the first time I've been paying attention to women's sports this heavily, women's basketball specifically this heavily. So I'm seeing like how quick you go if you make a deep run in March Madness and the women's tournament, how quick you go into the season.
Yeah.
So it's also like
Yeah.
I really don't even got time to work out to get a little stronger, nothing like that. I'm jumping right. So it's still like Caitlin Clark, the Iowa player, the same things that I said, ooh, she needs to work on in March Madness. The reason they didn't win, it's like she still gotta work on it, you know. So like they 10 games into the fucking season, like she's gonna figure this shit out. Whereas Angel Reese was already like a big post player, like you know what I'm saying. Caitlin Clark is a little guard in the WNBA full of big ass women who are cold. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's gonna be that fucking adjustment period. That shit was crazy to me, just how fast they go.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
that
Softball
fucking.
too.
Yeah, no, it's just
They go right to it, bro. It's like
All
damn.
women's sports really like that.
You know what's crazy? Like all the bigs in the rookie class this year are playing pretty well for rookies, and then the I don't know what position Kate Martin plays, but she looks like maybe a 3. Yeah, okay, a 2-3. She's playing decently, but I feel like the 1s and a little bit of the 2s are the ones that are struggling, which is like to really is
they have it's a bigs like they still play traditional type of basketball. Like it's
Pick
a
and
bigs.
roll.
I heard
Get
someone
a
say
switch.
this is their
Take you
Michael
down in the
Jordan,
bucket, you know?
Charles Barkley,
Brittany
like that
Griner, Candace
Akeem,
Angel
like
Wilson really
Tim
is like
Duncan,
Shaq.
Patrick Ewing,
Right,
had like
yeah.
all like not Tim Duncan, but I had like 6 like Hall of Famers in the 90s, like all came in the 80s. This is like their version of that.
And
They're
it's gonna
getting
keep
their-
coming with
yes.
Paige Beckers. When
Like
Gigi
wait till
gets
they get their
paid.
fucking
Niggas
LeBron
cold, bro.
and Shaq.
And there's
That's
two
cold.
teams.
Like wait till they get their LeBron and Shaq, like that women we ain't never seen before type
Yeah.
shit.
Angel Wilson.
Like athletically.
But
Now wait till we see the
Right.
10 times Asian.
Well, I
That's gonna
saw
be freaky.
L. Duncan today said like y'all gotta pay attention to Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson, she said, is having an 0-1 Shaq season.
Yeah.
Like just
I'm
like
tapping.
all
She's
around crazy fucking
Watch
dominant.
that.
Stat lines going like 29, 13, and 12, like just stupid ass shit, bro. Like she's just dominating niggas, bro.
Nigga, you from Baltimore,
Yeah,
nigga?
bro.
Stupid ass.
She had, a graphic, she had a graphic on NBA Today the other day. Literally, she's accomplished everything you can do in basketball almost twice
Yeah.
by the age of 27.
She's
From
not
being in
30
high
yet.
school, from
High
8th
school
grade
player
to
of the
fucking
year,
now.
high school, state,
Yeah.
and national champion, national college player of the year,
Seven
national
twice.
champion.
Seven times.
This is just the first time.
Yeah.
We're gonna, and then I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 of those you gotta like double up. NBA or WNBA champion, WNBA MVP, WNBA DPOY, All-Star Game MVP, and then just add like ×2 to all of those. That's absurd.
That's what I was saying.
Like,
Like, you don't
that's
think she's
absurd.
Shaq? She's probably better.
She's Mike and Shaq and LeBron because
She's a
like she's
breeder
literally
of that shit.
she's got the resume, she's got the I'm so physically demanding, and then she's got the there's not another nigga like me. Like all three. Like you can't fucking
So
like you
bring
can't
up
fucking do nothing with
basketball.
it.
So one thing I do want to highlight too, and to Monica's point, it is interesting that like this is the first time like. What's up?
Oh, that time I know this nigga.
But
He said, "Boo,
let's talk about this.
boo this man, boo that, like, boo in the comments."
We trying to pod. We trying to have a good fucking.
I just love
And he don't
Dang,
even want
yeah.
the cheesy mashed
And
potato.
you just looking at your watch talking about this.
I
This
looked
the deadline.
once.
He don't even want the cheesy mashed
Bro, it's
potato.
9:30 at night. We probably started recording 45 minutes ago, and this nigga
Yeah.
Tevin ready to go, bro.
He don't even want the cheesy mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Boo this man.
I'm reading a book called
That's why he said that in 30 minutes.
The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, and it talks about being more in the present. And so I've been in the moment, like rather than like trying to get on the calendar,
Give me
like
the
just
jar.
really just
Give me
you
the
know like
jar.
damn, I'm with one of my best friends, my brother, who I don't get to see all the time. And so like rather than looking at the clock, you know, I'm only on this planet for about 85 years, and I want to spend this time with you within my 85 years.
Hey.
And there's a time limit on that time that I had
That's
set
crazy.
prior to this.
That is
So
crazy. And I'm talking about getting rid of time. You know,
So-
get rid of time.
He said be present, brother.
yeah, I'm finna be present in my house eating. Y'all.
All right. So I guess that is the
Fuck the pod, huh?
Part of 3 should have made it. Part of 3 should have made it.
Well, that's
Fuck
all, folks.
Astroworld.
Any concluding?
Caitlin Clark is a basketball player. Asia Wilson's a shit.
Can I finish my quick thought?
Yes.
The big thing I
Or
really want to
Tevin
say.
brutally looked at his watch.
Yeah.
I literally
Just wanted to live in the moment.
The big comment
No,
that I
that-
really wanted to say is that the WNBA and like I haven't necessarily contributed, so I want to go ahead and take responsibility for my own action.
Good
It really
accountability,
should be. It really should have been followed. And I want to go ahead and shout out OU softball. That was a fun thing to watch.
We watched
Watching
that whole live.
That shit was funny as fun as hell. I watched every game.
4P though, bro. 4P, bro.
You was special.
4P.
This is
Come
a
on, man.
rare occasion.
speak on it.
This is a Texas Longhorn.
I guess.
Yeah.
Say
Say shout out to OU. Say shout out to
fucking
OU.
Kobe.
Alyssa Brito.
I will say that shit is some like unheard of,
4P, bro.
ridiculous.
Kenzie
You know,
Hansen.
that's some Maya Moore type shit. That, they win 100 games.
Yeah.
These niggas won 78 straight games, bro.
Like these seniors, like to put it in perspective, they said this in the middle of the national championship game, and I was like, "We not gonna win. Like we're just not gonna." They did their thing. They seniors have never lost their last game ever, and they've always played in the most games possible in a season. You're not gonna win when you see that.
Y'all had no chance.
You just not. You not.
2023, them niggas went 61-1.
We took a freshman on the mound, game 1,
9
against some
8-3.
against some senior. Come on, bro. No. Don't work like
Against
that.
some seniors.
55 was a beat.
Hey, but we'll see y'all in October though.
Oh yeah.
It's coming.
Why would you want to do that?
That's next up.
Why would you want to come
That's
see it?
next up.
You remember last year?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're not talking about softball.
You remember last year?
Mm-hmm. That get back a motherfucker.
Ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Go
Ain't
ahead.
it?
Go ahead and walk us out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and walk us out.
Yeah. This is Oklahoma. Where it starts with Oklahoma and ends when we beat everybody's ass, nigga. The fuck we in the SEC? I cannot wait till we walk in that fucking Knoxville, Tennessee and beat the shit out of them niggas like it's 2015. Cause y'all forgot we already did that. I can't wait till we go to Tuscaloosa and beat them niggas like it's 2014. Cause we already did that. I can't wait till we go to Auburn and beat them niggas like it's 2016. Cause we already fucking did that
What
shit.
about Baton Rouge?
What the fuck
What
are
about
we
Baton
talking
Rouge?
about? Hey.
Anyway,
In 03, if Jason White didn't tear his ACL, we beat them niggas too. I'm not worried about these niggas. I'm not worried about these niggas. I'm not worried about these niggas. I can't wait till Ole Miss think they gonna do some shit and lose, cause they all fucking miss, nigga. The fuck? The fuck? Florida?
Come on.
South Carolina? Vanderbilt? Kentucky? Love you, Mark Stoops. We're gonna beat your ass, nigga. Bob is gone. This ain't love. This is fair. That's all. If Bob is here, it'd be cool. But nah, nigga, we beat the shit out y'all. No, Missouri, we been A&M 77-0. Welcome back, bitches. We back. We putting 100 on you this time.
Alright, so we have a time constraint.
Yeah.
Shout out
Make
Baker and
sure-
Sterling back together in
Boomer.
Shout
Temple.
out Baker and Sterling.
Go you.
Go you. Psych, nigga. Go TCU, go Frogs. Anyway.
Who y'all got on the schedule next year? Y'all see Dion, right?
Yeah.
In Colorado or in Fort?
It's in Colorado. So.
Oh.
Y'all gonna beat the shit out of them niggas. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyways. It's been a great time with y'all. We sorry for cutting it short. We kept it short.
Blame it
for
on
y'all.
Tevin.
We love y'all. It's the 5 from the 4.
Plus Darrick.
With Darrick.
Hey, if y'all subscribe, maybe Tevin will allow us to extend the time a little bit and be more committed. But right
Yes.
now, clearly, he's not taking. He don't love us.
He don't even
He's
love
trying
the
to leave.
cheesy mashed potatoes, but he's
If
gonna
you
go eat
don't
them.
know,
Now
now
you
you
know.
know.